Hey everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be building a village for the Pixie Hollow Fairies in The Sims 4. And I'm so excited. They all look so cute just standing around like this. And we are building here in Inishgreen. I believe I'm saying that correctly. The world that comes with the new Enchanted by Nature pack. And if you want to see me creating the Pixie Hollow Fairies, I will link that video in the description. So I'm going to go through first and do some terrain manipulation. I do want to be able to build this and furnish it in the same video. So I don't necessarily want to spend too much time on this. But what I'm thinking is a stream of water that goes all the way through the different houses with like a little pond out by Silver Mist's house. Okay, I'm going to smooth our terrain a little bit, but are we seeing the vision here? And in theory, fairies can just teleport, so I wouldn't need to smooth out the terrain, but I also want this to be accessible to non-fairy sims. And also I just hate when we can see a lot of like that brown landscaping. Right now, I am just going in and slowly but surely adding in rocks and plants, all from Enchanted by Nature Debug as landscaping. And this process is so tedious, but my goal is to have Silver Mist here, Vidya up here on her own, Fawn and Rosetta here, and Tinkerbell and Iridessa up here. All right, so all landscaped and put together. We've got all these different little areas. I haven't added lighting or anything. I feel like we can do that after we add the houses, but I think this is looking very like fairy, woodland, cottagey, and that's what I was going for. All right, so let's go here first and get a shell for Silver Mist's house going. These are not going to be very big homes by any means, but also if you have not played with this pack yet, fairies don't actually need to use the bathroom, nor do they need a kitchen. So we might not actually need to do either of those. But I think if I make every home multiple floors, we should be okay. We can pull a gabled roof through here. And then honestly here, we could just do a hipped roof with maybe like bigger eaves. We'll raise it up on a foundation. And I like that it's kind of in the tree here. But also Silver Mist house is definitely the most surrounded by the pond. I actually might take out a little bit of the landscaping here and add like a path out to the pond. So Silver Mist is the water fairy. I think we'll just go blue roof, trim. I think it could maybe be pretty to do like one blue glass wall for Silver Mist, but otherwise maybe we could do this blue stone. I feel like this could be the color of Silver Mist's house. And again, I'm wanting to use a lot of this like Enchanted by Nature. I feel like this could be pretty for her. We'll get our windows on there. We can add some of these fairy boxes down here. She is the water fairy, so maybe we come out and throw a little fountain here for her. All right, so then we have the exterior here of Silver Mist's house. Nothing too fancy, but I do like that we have that glass wall on one side. I feel like I'm going to be using that a lot. And then we can move on to the interior. Also, if you are not an Enchanted by Nature person, I am so sorry. That is literally going to be like the large majority of what we do in this build today. I think I'm going to do an open concept arch here and try to fit all of kitchen, living, dining in this little area. Ooh, what if we did like this wood for Silver Mist? This is really pretty. We have a lot of this teal color going on. So maybe we'll change the walls to a different blue. We have this new like leaf pond that you got if you pre-ordered Enchanted by Nature, and I definitely want to have this in here somewhere for Silver Mist. Maybe like here in the entryway. Let's maybe start living room and do a TV here. I definitely don't want a fireplace since she's the water fairy. I almost wonder if we do something like this. Like, I wish we had a shorter aquarium. We'll put the aquarium here. We can throw a TV there. And then my build is literally going to be all over the place. We can go in and do a tiny kitchen back here. Again, we don't really need to, but we could maybe do this jungle adventure set here and then the matching oven there with this fairy sink, this Enchanted by Nature sink. We can get a little trash can here. I feel like we don't even really have room for cabinets, so I'm just not going to do them. We can do this smaller dining table maybe for Silver Mist. Well, hang on. Let's get a couch, and we do have the Enchanted by Nature one, but it's blue and pink. I think maybe we save that for somebody else. Maybe we can do this like paranormal one for Silver Mist. We can do this coffee table here. And then, yeah, I think we can squeeze a dining table back here. And again, I'm going to be trying to include the Enchanted by Nature stuff as often as I can. We can get a set of 4 chairs in there and maybe put it there. So then this will be kitchen, living, dining for Silver Mist. And I will go in and add the clutter. All right, and then all cluttered up, here is our kitchen, living, and dining area for Silver Mist. We've got our dining room centerpiece that is actually a water emitter, the aquarium, some of the new plants from Enchanted by Nature. And yeah, I think this area turned out very cute. We fit a lot in a very small amount of space. We also have this fountain here. And then here in the entryway, I'm just going to put a little table with some fairy essence looking things there. And then in here, I figure we just have a little entryway, coat rack, shoes. There's bottles here for fairy essence. And then we can come upstairs to our bedroom and bathroom. Let's do the bathroom first because I feel like that is going to be easy. We have a lot of new items that I want to use. We have the little like tree stump toilet. I think I'm going to be using that for all of them probably, along with this like crystal shower. I think that item's really pretty. We also have the really cool new bathtub. And then actually, if we put a sink over here, we can put the sink here, a mirror, and I'll go through and clutter this with the bedroom later. So let's go in and get a bed. Okay, the Enchanted by Nature bed is gorgeous, but I don't want to use it for everybody. Like, I almost feel like we could do this one for Silver Mist or this. Let's use this one for Silver Mist. I like the idea of these paranormal end tables. I maybe will give her the new Enchanted by Nature dresser and this mirror here. We have this like bookcase, but I don't know if we're going to be able to use it. We also should probably get a desk in here if we can. Okay, this kind of matches her bed, so we can do a tiny desk there. We can do the dresser here at the end of the bed. Keep the mirror where it was. And then this will be our loose bedroom for Silver Mist, so I will go and clutter it up. All right, and then all cluttered up, here is our Silver Mist bedroom. So we added a bubble gate underneath the bed and this bubble item on the wall, just to add to more of that underwater feel. I gave her the Nature Press item instead of a computer to use. And then back here, she just has an area for knitting. And then the bathroom here is largely the same with the new bath and shower, as well as the kitchen and sink items. So with both of those rooms done, we will have completed our Silver Mist home. And I think her house turned out super cute. I'm a big fan of it. Rosetta's down here just splashing in the pond. So then we can go up here, and I think the next home I want to build for will be Tinkerbell. All right, and then for Tinkerbell's home, we are going to build up here, and I think we'll just do, again, as many bump outs as we can. Something like this, and then maybe we just double up here. For roofing, maybe we do half gabled roofs on the bump outs. So like maybe this could be our shell here for her. We'll raise it up again on a little foundation. I feel like Tinkerbell's house we could try to maybe make look like one that is completely like grass. I think maybe we could make this look a little bit more fun by rounding out some of the roof. And then we can throw in some of these new dormers. All right, so Tink's house here, we've got the dormer, we've got the cute little crooked chimney. I kind of like that because it's like maybe Tink made it. I feel like we could put this little planter box a few places, but I do think that will be the extent of the exterior of our Tinkerbell home. I think it's really, really cute out here. We have the tree in the back. And in the afternoon, I feel like it just looks even grassier. So then we can move to the interior. So I want Tinkerbell's home to look as much like it's just outside, like it's in a tree. So I think I'm going to stick with a lot of this type of wallpaper. We can maybe do the stone wall in here. And then we have this like crazy looking wallpaper that I thought I wasn't going to be able to use, but I think I'm going to put it in her bedroom. We can go down here. There's a lot of green happening. Also, I just added a little bit more to the lighting and landscaping out front than I wanted to show. But yeah, going in, let's add this dining table here. And I kind of like the idea of having all 6 chairs. The dining table is like a little too big. We could maybe do 2 smaller ones back here. That way she's got areas for everybody to sit and eat. So then in here, we can do our living room. Maybe we'll give Tinkerbell like the art frame TV. And I do think it could be cute to also just add like some wood things in here as if Tinkerbell made them. But I do think we could give Tinkerbell this couch. We could do a kitchen back here. Maybe we'll get rid of this window. Let's do this and put like a white sink in here. And we could just do the wood fridge and wood-toned oven. That's really cute. We still can't really use the cabinets because of that window, but I feel like it has to be there. And I don't necessarily want to use the backsplash without cabinets. We could maybe just make this wall a little bit more of like an accent wall to make it interesting. So then this will be our loose kitchen, living room, and dining room for Tinkerbell. And then I will go and clutter it up. All right, so then cluttered up, here is our kitchen, living, dining for Tinkerbell. I tried to throw in lots of wood tones, lots of greens. This one is a lot more plant vibes than Silver Mist's home. And back here we've got the 2 dining tables. Also, this plant from the new pack, super, super cute. And then with that floor done, we can go upstairs where I put this little acorn in because I just thought it was really cute and didn't want to forget it. Let's go in and get a bed. And I think for Tinkerbell, we do use the new Enchanted by Nature one. It's so beautiful, and I feel like these are definitely her colors. We do not have room for literally like anything in here. I might go downstairs and replace this bench with a woodworking table. That way she still has a skill item down here. Or actually, we can put the woodworking table there. That looks a lot better. So now we don't have to worry about a skill item up here. Nobody has a computer yet. And I don't think we're going to start here. I like maybe this shelving here. I really like the mushroom shelving, but I don't know if we'll be able to do it in here. I think we can fit a mirror in this corner, like that one perhaps. Okay, and then I love this little guy, but maybe he can't go there. Maybe we will just put him sized down right there. And then here we can do a dresser, maybe the wooden one here for Tinkerbell. For our bathroom, I don't know how much we're going to be able to fit in here. So let's make sure we get our essentials. We obviously need the toilet, the sink, and I don't think we are going to be able to get a bathtub in here, but maybe we can just sneak the shower in there. Okay, and then with these rooms loosely filled with, again, very little, but she has some fun objects downstairs. I'll go in and clutter it up. All right, and then all cluttered up, here is Tinkerbell's bedroom. I added the little jar there since she gets stuck in the jar in the original Peter Pan, and actually we moved the bed over to get that end table in there. You've got her little dresser over here, and then her nature-themed bathroom. So then with Tinkerbell done, we can move over to our next home that's going to be for Iridessa. And Iridessa is the light fairy, so I really want this home to be mega illuminated. And we can just do something like this for her shell, raise it up on a foundation. I do want to keep using our like Enchanted by Nature stairs. And they went all the way down to the pond. That's definitely not what we want. Maybe we'll do hers like this, more sideways. For roofing, I don't know if we'll be able to do it and have it look good, but I thought a round roof could be pretty here. Maybe if we do that and get a hipped roof here. Okay, and we can do that for a roof. I feel like we could do the thatch for Iridessa with maybe this like gold trim. And then I really like this sunny paint from my wedding stories. We can put that door there. And we're going to continue to use a lot of these Enchanted by Nature windows. It's just making this look a little bit more fairy-like. So I'll finish that up. All right, so I added a bunch of lights around Iridessa's house with some sunflowers. In the daytime, it looks like this with the clipping, I guess. But at night, you get something more like this that I think is really pretty for her. So then we can move into our interior. Also, real quick, I did make a few edits to the outside of this house. Just adding a few more lights and sunflowers and then switching this roof. All right, so coming now into the interior. Let's get a TV on this wall. Maybe this one with the yellow. And then we can get a couch in here too. Okay, what if we just do the Enchanted by Nature one in the yellow swatch? We can get a yellow coffee table in here, like this one. And then I think maybe back here we can get our kitchen. We don't have very much room. Let's do the cottage living counters here. We can put our fridge here, and then we can put our oven here as well. And then I think we can fit a dining table back in this little area. Maybe this one from Enchanted by Nature. And we can add a few of the matching chairs here. All right, so then going through, this will be our final kitchen, living, and dining for Iridessa. And then I will go through off camera and clutter it up. So then all cluttered up, here is our kitchen, living, and dining area for Iridessa. I tried to do a lot of lights. Also, Lilith Vittor is just at the door. Lots of sunflowers, lots of yellow. And I think it turned out really cute. We've got our little dining table back here. And then I did want to show that on the outside here in live mode, I did add some of these fireflies around the house. Also, you might see that I've added some ducks in the water here, fish, dragonflies. I just wanted to make it seem a little bit more alive. So then we can go up to Iridessa's bedroom and bathroom. I put this bookshelf back here because we do have this weird little like bump out and then the door to her bathroom. Also, I keep using these plants as curtains. They're technically under wall decorations, but in case someone was playing and was like, I don't see these in my curtains at all, that's because they're not, but I think they work really well as curtains. So let's go in. Our bathroom is tiny, so I don't think we're getting the crystal shower in here. And do the toilet, or maybe we only get the shower in here. No bathtub for Iridessa. Sorry, girl. And wow, the yellow one is like beautiful. So we can do that there. And then we can put the yellow sink in here. All right, and then I'll clutter this later. So then in the bedroom, let's just look for a bright yellow bed. I feel like this one's kind of giving fairy a little bit from Outdoor Retreat. And I know I want to give her the boom cube as her end table here. For Iridessa, I'm hoping we can use this dresser here and put like the clothes on it, these yellow ones. We can throw a mirror in here on the opposite side. And is that our best yellow swatch? Let's do this one with the yellow mushrooms. And then we need to get a skill item for her. I want to give somebody the apothecary table, but I don't think it's going to fit in here. Okay, I think maybe for Iridessa, we just give her like the guitar. And then that will be our loose bedroom and bathroom for Iridessa. And I'll go through and clutter it up. All right, and then all cluttered up, here is Iridessa's bedroom. We've got her guitar. We were able to use the mushroom shelves. In here, we just have her little bookshelf area with the bathroom, and then her dresser and mirror over here. And then coming into her bathroom, nothing major going on. And so with those two rooms done, we will finish our Iridessa tiny home. So now we'll come over here and make Rosetta's house. All right, and so for Rosetta's house, we can do something like this. I do think here's where we could maybe get away with like a rounded area. So we'll do this here for her shell. But then for this rounded part, I actually want to make it a fence so we can give her a little garden. I'm torn between this stone fence and just the hedges. Maybe we'll just do the hedges. We'll raise it up on a foundation here. For roofing here, what I might do is make our own little cover. All right, so we have this, and then we can put a bunch of flowers on top here. Like these assorted wildflowers can kind of be our main flower here. All right, so now we've got this kind of going on. So now she's got this like floral pergola thing covering her garden. For a wallpaper out here, again, I do really like the sun faded paint from my wedding stories. We do need to roof. I think we could throw in a little half gabled piece here. And then I think we maybe go gabled up here and then a half hipped here that we can pull through. And then we do have this like pink naturey roof that I kind of like. Although it's a little like not my fave. We could also do the pink metal roof. That maybe looks a little bit better. And then we could use this like planty pink one. I also am going to go through and just put like a ridiculous amount of plants on her roof. All right, so now we have some plants on this side of the roof. We can come get our windows. I think it might be pretty actually to make the little garden way glass. All right, so then all lit up with everything. Here is, whoa, our house for Rosetta. And I think it's super pretty and planty. I love this little garden going on here. So then we can move on to the interior. I feel like for Rosetta, honestly, down here, we could do like the greenery. And I feel like we could just do pastel pop for the wall. Although, hear me out, I do think it could be cute to throw a little accent wall back there. Or maybe even just like this one. So then I think we'll do our kitchen here. And as we're going along, let me know your favorite home. And also, if you have a favorite Pixie Hollow Fairy, I would love to know that as well. And I just realized I haven't put my stairs in. I think maybe we can put them here. I also, before I forget, wanted to use this couch for Rosetta. So let's throw that in there before we forget. Okay, we'll go back to our kitchen here. And we can do the Country Charm fridge and matching oven. Although I can't tell if this looks a little bit better. I think it does, even though it clashes slightly. We've got our little kitchen, so now we can move over to our living room. Rosetta's really big on like appearances, so I think we just give her this little art frame TV. We can give her the little blooming rooms table here. And then we have like a decent amount of room actually in this house. Because we have so much room compared to some of the other homes, I kind of want to make sure we get those tree like bookshelves in here somewhere. Why are they so big? Like I wanted them to go over the door like that, but I don't think Sims are going to be able to get in through here. We could also do them on this wall maybe. Okay, pretty. Let's try that. For a dining room, I think we can give her the bigger table and we can just throw it right right in the center here. All 6 chairs to take up some space. Yes, I love it. Okay, so this will be our loose Rosetta interior, and then I will go in and clutter it up. Actually, real quick before I do that, it sucks that we don't have it in like a bright pink color, but I think we will give her the apothecary table because I truthfully don't know if we'll get it anywhere else. And we can put the bookshelf right next to it. Okay, now I'll go in and clutter it up. All right, and so then all cluttered up, here is our living room, dining room, and kitchen for Rosetta. I think this turned out really cute. It's definitely plant-filled, which is what I wanted. We've got the little apothecary table over there. And then out here, I did throw together a little garden for her with a pot that has a little active houseplant in it so she can actually take care of it and get her gardening skill up. And so with this area done, we can move upstairs. Okay, upstairs, I kind of love this wallpaper, but I fear it might be a little busy. So I might do this. I've been in a big like accent wall mood recently. Let's start with our bathroom here and get our toilet. And then I think we do our same layout here where we have the sink and the shower. I love the pink one. I'm glad we got a bathtub for Silver Mist because nobody else has really gotten one yet. I feel like I could see her with maybe like a boho bed like this. I think we could use this high school year's dresser and we could put like this mirror up here against it. And then I do think it could be nice to put a vanity in here for her. I think we could do these plants as her end table. And then that's going to be our loose bedroom and bathroom for Rosetta. And I'll go in off camera and clutter it up. All right, so all cluttered up, here is our bathroom with a little toilet back there. And then here is our final bedroom for Rosetta. We've got plants all over the vanity. We've got a little chair for her to sit and knit. And then over here we have her bed with plants kind of all over here as well. And I also just realized we don't have audio back here, so we'll add this. And with that done, we will finish up Rosetta's home. So then we can come over here and do Fawn's home. For Fawn's home, I did add like all of our sheep and goats over here, as well as a bunch of chickens, a bunch of rabbits, as well as a bunch of the cows and llamas in here. I would love for Fawn's house here to be a little bit bigger. Maybe we do something like this. And then I might make a little stable area back here, a little farm area. All right, so we'll do something like this for Fawn with the stable back here. Again, I don't know if that's going to be big enough, but we'll see. We can do a gabled roof here, paste it here. I think we can do something like this for Fawn's roofing with like the wooden trim. And then for Fawn's actual house, let's go orange. Let's get a door here. Maybe this one in like the orangish wood. And then we can get some windows. And then I want to see if we're able to do a little stable back here. Like the horse bed takes up the whole thing. But we could put the feeder and the water trough back here. And then this is just where the horse sleeps maybe. Okay, there. We have our little stable back here with our horse bed. And then horse activities back here. And we can put these animals over here on the roof. That's really cute for Fawn's house. Okay, wait, how cute would it be to give Fawn, like, the animal hedges? So then all lit up, here is Fawn's home. We've got this beautiful lighting here at the back. We've got a stable for some of the cottage living animals. And overall, I think that looks really nice, especially with, like, the little animal topiaries here. For the interior, we're thinking maybe this for Fawn, a little bit like log cabin-y. But then for floor, I almost wonder if she is another one that we give like the meadow grass to. I think we can put our living room here. We could give her like the little horse ranch table with a TV on top of it. I do think like an orangey sofa would be ideal. Maybe let's actually do this one for Fawn. It's a little bit smaller and it's still got in some of the wood tone. Kitchen, I think we put here. And I think we can do these ones. We can do country kitchen here. And now we can finally use a good set of these cabinets also. And then I think we have this area for a little dining table. I do really want to use the Enchanted by Nature one so we can get a little bit more of the fairy aspect in here with the matching chairs here. We actually could probably get away with giving Fawn the bigger dining table. Okay, and then before we forget, I want to make sure we have the pet bowls back here, maybe like the stump ones. And then this will be our loose living kitchen dining for Fawn. And then I'll go in and clutter it up. All right, and then all cluttered up, here is the kitchen with very kind of minimal clutter over there. Dining room with a little bunny centerpiece on it. I did add a little mouse pet there. And then we've got our living room over here with our little cat bed. And then with this downstairs area done for Fawn, we can move upstairs. All right, so now up here, let's get a bed for Fawn. And I think up here I want to lean a little bit more into the orange. Like we could give her something cozy like this. Ooh, or we could give her this bed. Maybe we'll do that. For dresser, again, we don't have much in the way of orange. They're trying to pretend that this is orange. I might give her this outdoor retreat one, actually, at the end of the bed. Let's go in and get her a mirror, maybe a brown one. We can maybe do these high school years end tables to like modern it up a little bit. And then honestly, I think that's like all we're gonna do for her room before clutter, although I do want to make sure we have a pet bed in here, like there maybe. And then we can come into the bathroom here, and here's one where we might actually be able to fit the bathtub in. So then there is our loose bathroom to go along with our bedroom, and I'll go in off camera and clutter it up. All right, and then all cluttered up, here is Fawn's bedroom. I did actually replace an end table with the easel to give her a skill item. And then over here we have the rest of the bedroom, move the dresser there, and have her bathroom over here. So then with Fawn's house completely done, we can move over to our last home. That's going to be for Vidya. And I did already set this swing set up here so that I wouldn't forget. And I believe in the Pixie Hollow movies, Vidya does live more off on her own. We can do something like this for Vidya's shell. Let's do a gabled roof up here. And I kind of like this roofing for Vidya. And then I think we can do like the birch wall for her. Let's go in and get our windows here. All right, so now we've got windows on here. I feel like we can put some of these wall sconces around as lights. And I think we could add this big tree over her house. I think that's really pretty there. So then all lit up and together, here is Vidya's house. It's a little dark because it's nighttime, so it looks kind of brown, but it is that violet color. And so with the exterior done, we can move into the interior. Okay, going in here, I used this wallpaper again, which I wasn't like wanting to, but I feel like if we use it downstairs rather than in the bedroom, then that's okay. I feel like we can do our living room right here with a little bit bigger of a TV. This house has a little bit more room. And speaking of room, I want to add this bench in here somewhere if we can. This little Seasons love seat is pretty. Ooh, or we could give Vidya one of these like fancier looking ones. I think we can do our kitchen back here and use the new set. And maybe Vidya has a little bit bigger of a kitchen because we can fit it in here. We can go in and do this kitchen set. And I think here maybe we do an island because we did get new bar stools and I want to be able to use them. And then I feel like we could do a dining table here, but we could also do it in this back corner. I might do it here. And again, we have the room, so I might do the big one here. Okay, cute. And then back here, I think it could be cool to maybe give Vidya like the black record player. And we could throw a little dance floor back here. So then this will be our loose kitchen, living, dining for Vidya. It's kind of a weird layout, but this house is very long, so I think it's like the best we're gonna get. I do love that we got to do a big kitchen. So then I'll go through and clutter it up. All right, and then all cluttered up, here is our kitchen, living, and dining area for Vidya. The layout of this area is kind of weird, but this is a much longer home than some of the others. But I also think this purple ended up really pretty, so I am glad that we went with it. And then we can move upstairs to bedroom and bathroom. We'll start with the bathroom here, not a ton of room. Sink here. I'm pretty sure we already made a bathroom that looks just like this one. All right, so then we'll clutter that when we do the bedroom. And for our bedroom, we have very limited space. I do want to use the Enchanted by Nature bed again in this like purplish green swatch, and then keep the same dresser ideally. I maybe don't even hate that there. We can put our mirror here, and then we have a skill item downstairs with the dance floor. What we could do for Vidya, since we don't have it for any of them yet, is I love this desk. Okay, let's see. If we put the desk here and the dresser there, we can throw like the little pastel pop computer up there. But here we have a chance to add in the little desk element, and everything actually should still be functional. So that means this is going to be our loose Vidya bedroom. So I will go in and clutter it up. And then all cluttered up, here is Vidya's bedroom. I love the way this one turned out. And we were actually able to fit a lot in here with the desk and the dresser and everything. And then back in here, we've got our little bathroom for Vidya. And then I did go down and replace the table that we've used before with the new Enchanted by Nature fireplace, so we could use that item. And with that done, we have completed all of our tiny homes. So I'll go through and do our very last little bit of landscaping. All right, so here is our final look at the village at night. We've got all the homes there. The animals are asleep. We've got lights illuminating all of the paths. Fireflies around Iridessa's home. Down here at Silvermist's home, I did add a little water fountain here with some of the animals. Also, I did add a crocodile to this pond. I don't know where he is. And then here it is in the daytime with all of our different homes. Seeing how that looks. We have Fawn's stable back here. Oh, and one of the goats is right there. Oh, and so many of our animals are over here playing. This is so cute. I love the goats hopping around. In here we have the cows and the llamas, but I guess they're sleeping. And that is going to be it for our Pixie Hollow Fairy Garden. This was my first time doing a build like this, and honestly, it was really fun to try to get everybody on one lot. Please let me know which home was your favorite, and if you'd like to see more village builds like this in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like or a comment, and subscribe for more videos like this, and to see my next video, where we attempt to make another village like this based on the planets. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.